Hi there, my name is Hussein, and as usual, I'm joined here by my co host, my twin brother Hassan. Hi, Hassan. Hi, Hussein. Hi, everyone. In this episode, we'll talk about Libya with our friend Baha. He's from Benghazi, Libya. Libya, situated in north of Africa. Baha, hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Hassan and Hussein. I'm excited and I'm a bit nervous, so yeah.
Yeah, this is very interesting because when we were preparing for this episode, we couldn't really find much information about Libya and especially the touristic stuff. Yeah, touristic stuff. And this is really good that we have you right now so we can ask questions.
I guess it's gonna be a bit different.
Every country is different, so it will be very different, which is good. Yeah. Could you please talk a little bit about yourself, your background?
Okay, my name is Baha.
Mm-hmm.
Like my full name is Bahauddin, and I'm from Libya. I'm 26, and I've been living in Malaysia for 5 years, studying there, and graduated. And I grew up in the eastern part of Libya, which is right next to Egypt. And I finished my studying, and now I'm back to Egypt. And after a few months, I will go back to my country again.
Is it possible now during the pandemic?
Yes, it is possible. Borders are open between the two countries.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, what did you study in Malaysia?
I studied public relations.
Mm.
Yeah, something like it's a major in media, you know.
Oh, I see. And what is your full name? Can you repeat it again?
Bahauddin. It's like similar to Aladdin, you know the movie?
Yeah.
So yeah, my name is Bahauddin.
Ah, in Tajikistan, we have a name, Bahaa.
I guess it's the same, but other countries that don't speak Arabic, they change a bit in it, you know? Because in Malaysia, they have it also.
Malays, they have it right.
Yeah,
I don't think Chinese have.
exactly. Yeah, they have Baharuddin. No, Chinese, of course not.
How to say hi in your language?
Well, first, we have different ways, but the basic one, and especially men use it, we use the Islamic greeting, you know, Assalamu alaikum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but women don't really use it that much. I don't know why. So women say like a word khair, or like, which means like hello. Uh, yeah, or some people say good evening, good morning, but in Arabic, of course.
Oh,
Sabah al khair and masa al khair.
the language you speak in Libya, it's Arabic, right?
Arabic, yes, Arabic, yeah.
Is it the same Arabic like in Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, or it's different?
Nope, not the same. It's completely different. Every Arabic country has its own dialect.
So if you go to Egypt or maybe Saudi Arabia, they will not understand if you speak Libyan.
They will maybe understand part of it, but like in Egypt, it's kind of a bit of difficult for them. If I speak Libyan completely, they will not understand, you know? And it's the same but like Egyptian dialects are easily understood because they make a lot of movies and music.
Oh yeah.
So, and we are in the Arab world, like watch them and listen to them. So it's easy for us to understand Egyptian dialect. But Libyans, we are like, we're only 5 million and we don't really produce any movies or music that much. So not everyone really understand our dialects, you know.
And how do men greet each other? Do you shake hands?
We do kiss in the cheek.
Really? Man with man?
Men with men, yeah. But
Three times?
not like, yes, 2 times, but not really a kiss, but we just like put our cheeks on each other like that, you know.
Ah.
We don't really kiss, but in Egypt they do kiss.
Oh, wow. What about women?
Women actually, the women like women to women,
Yeah.
they do kiss. Oh my God, they do kiss a lot.
And what about women to men?
No, women to men, they just shake hands.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
when you say Assalamu alaikum, how do you reply? Do you say Wa alaikum
Walaikum salam.
assalam?
Wa alaikum salam. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, the same in Tajikistan.
Yeah,
But
so
yours sounds
Yes.
better. Yeah, yours sounds so
Arabic.
yes, Arabic.
Yes.
Wow. Do people speak English in Libya?
I would say no.
Hmm.
The maybe the younger educated generation maybe a little bit, but the majority don't really. It's yeah, we don't really use it. Not like Malaysia. Like Malaysia, it's like the second language in the country, you know. But
Hmm.
in Libya, no. Like you could go to other Arab countries, like Lebanon, for example. A
Hmm.
lot of them use English, but in Libya, not really. No.
And what about Italian? Do you speak Italian?
Not really. Like the older generation
Hmm.
could. I guess the Italian colonization is a bit different than the French. Like the French really impacted like Morocco and Algeria and Tunisia, but the Italians, I guess they were very cruel. You know, they were doing a lot of massacres and killing and stuff. They didn't really care about the education and stuff like that. You know.
Hmm.
So we didn't really speak Italian that much. We do, but like we use for the cars, like the car pieces, like you know the mechanical parts and stuff.
Hmm.
We use Italian terms for some kitchen stuff. Like we use a lot of Italian words. We are of course influenced by their food also, but we're not really impacted a lot by them. You know.
Hmm. What does it mean to be polite in your culture?
Oh, a lot of things, you know. Like to say hi is very important when you pass by or when you
Hmm.
walk in a place. Saying hi is very important. If you don't say
Yeah.
hi, people will consider you rude and arrogant and all that, you know. And of course, we respect the elderly very much.
Hmm.
Uh, we we respect women also. Like if there is places and there is a woman standing, you have to give her your seat.
Right.
And what else? Like you don't raise your voice
Hmm.
like in front of your parents. We kiss, for example, our grandparents' hands
Wow, every time.
uh, every single time.
Even if you are living together, every morning you kiss their hands.
Even every morning. Like
Hmm.
my mom
Hmm.
does this, my dad does this to his parents, and we do this to our grandparents too. But I don't do this to my parents.
But not to your parents.
Not really.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know. We're not used to it. Maybe if I
Oh,
don't see my father for a long time,
yeah.
when I see him, yeah, I will kiss his hand for the first time. But yeah, I guess older generation, like my grandparents' times,
Hmm.
they have different way, you know, of showing respect and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And what about brother, sister? You just say hi?
Uh, of course, we just say hi. You know, it's very. Sometimes we don't even say hi. You know.
Yeah. Is it okay just to say hi or you need to say salam alaikum?
No, of course, man. Salam alaikum is very formal.
Hmm.
Like we don't use it with our friends and family and stuff.
What do you use with your friends? Just hi?
Yeah, we just use
Hmm.
the very slang one. You know, it depends who you're talking to.
Oh,
But salam alaikum is like very official. Like in the street, if you're walking into your workplace
hmm.
or to a store or something to people you don't know or people you met for the first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but with uncles and aunties and your cousins and friends and no, we don't say salam alaikum.
Here we use salam. Yeah, we can just say salam.
Salam. Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what about the outfit? What is the proper outfit for a woman or for a man?
Well, I would consider Libya is relatively conservative
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of other compared to a lot of other countries.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's almost impossible to see a woman wearing like a short skirt, you know.
Yeah,
Um, um, but proper outfit for men, we don't really have a proper outfit. You just wear the normals, the normal thing, like
shorts.
yeah, shorts, jeans. I guess men have more flexibility and in this, we're not really different than the West, or we can wear wherever we want. But with women, it's a bit more strict because it's a Muslim country.
Yeah.
So most of the women, they wear the scarf, the headscarf.
Mm-hmm.
But now but not the, we don't, like you rarely see a woman wearing abaya, abaya?
No.
Okay, like the black, long one,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like so women in my country, they usually wear the hijab like in a very fashionable way.
Ah.
You understand? And younger generation, they even like go to the extreme with this hijab thing until it's
Mm-hmm.
not hijab anymore.
Oh, what do you mean? It's like tied and
Yes, exactly. It's tight
oh,
and most of the hair you can see and full makeup and all that,
wow. And they don't cover their faces?
Of course they don't. We have very few women doing this in my country.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So I guess in my country it became about the culture, not the religion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they do it just because it's part of the culture, not because it's religion, a religious thing.
Mm-hmm. What might surprise foreigners if they visit your hometown?
I guess they would be surprised by, first of all, Libya now is in the news always with some negative aspects. So a lot of people around the world will consider Libya completely dangerous, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if they visit, especially where I come from, they will find that people are living normally and peacefully.
Yeah. And where do you come from?
I come from Benghazi, which is the
Benghazi.
second biggest city,
Mm-hmm.
in the east, and it's the capital of the east.
Okay.
And I guess the second thing that they will be surprised for is how basic Libya is. Like we don't really have any like buildings and like all those nice roads and infrastructures and all that, because our previous leader, like
Mm-hmm.
that, who led the country until 2011, didn't really build much until the
Mm.
war started since 2011, and it affected the country even more.
Yeah.
So I guess the situation right now is kind of bad, and yeah, and yeah. Thirdly, I guess they will be surprised by how big the country is. We're only 5 million, but the country is huge, and we have a very huge also coast, like 2,000 kilometers.
Wow.
Yeah, and compared, for example, to Egypt, Egypt is like 100 million
Mm-hmm.
population, and our country is bigger than them, and we're only 5 millions.
Wow.
So yeah, I would say maybe those are, and they will be also, yeah, I guess those are the three main things. They will
Mm.
be and also it will be different for them. Depends on where they're coming from. Let's say if they're coming from the West and they're from a very open country, they might be a bit surprised about few things that we do and they consider conservative,
Yeah.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I would say we are very moderate.
Yeah.
We're not
And
really extreme. We're not like Saudi Arabia, for example, when you go to the country and you see all women wearing the burqa thing and stuff. No.
mhm. Is it okay if a foreigner, let's say a girl, visits your country and she wears a skirt or maybe shorts?
Okay, at the moment, I don't think it's you can't ask me this question because we have no tourism right now, and the situation is not really safe for tourists.
Yeah.
But if you ask me that before the whole war thing started, I would still say maybe no, unless it's in the beach or something. But like to walk on the street in the cities wearing a very like short thing, like no one, because before the war we had like some foreigners, we had some international schools where there was like European students and stuff, and they were wearing whatever they want, but they will get some stares from people, that's all.
From men, I guess.
Yeah, of course, from men and also from women, like because it will be not the usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sadly, Libya has never been opened to a lot of tourism and a lot of foreigners, so we're not really used to foreigners. And when we see them in our countries, we will be so friendly. Libyans love foreigners so much, really. But we're not used to have foreigners also in my country.
So it's better to cover knees and shoulders.
Yeah, it's like when in Rome, do as Romans.
Do as Romans, yeah.
It's better, I guess, but nothing is gonna happen if they don't cover.
Yeah, just weird looks.
That's before the war, not now.
It's kind of the same here.
If you could choose 3 aspects of your culture to put in a time box, what would you put there? It's a thing that you can leave for next generations. So, for example, it can be a meal or maybe tradition that you want your kids, grandchildren to see that, to have that in the future.
I would say maybe manners, because I feel like whenever time pass, the manners of younger generation change to the worse, Like during my times when I was younger, I remember that we were very respectful and stuff, but I feel like now younger generation are not really like that. So that's, I guess, one thing. Second is, I guess, the way we used to also socialize. I feel like technology have changed a lot in the way we act in my society. So also during when I was a kid, it used to be much better in how we communicate, and maybe because I don't know, I feel like everything that's older, like that happened in the past, is more beautiful. I don't know why, So I feel like we used to communicate much better than we're doing right now, even though it used to be a bit more difficult to reach to each other. But it used to be much better and more meaningful also.
Yeah.
But now everyone is like using social media, and I don't really know. So sometimes I find it has a lot of negative effects on us in general,
Yeah, right. So before there were more times when you see people face to face, but now it's more like social network and
Exactly, yes. And when you do it, when you meet those people, yeah, you just talk and you communicate, you have eye contact and stuff. But now sometimes you go to a restaurant and you find like 5 people sitting on the chair on the table, and they're all using their phones. No one is talking to each other. And I always ask myself, like, whenever I'm in a place and there is this situation, I say, what were we doing before, like mobile phones? Because you can see now all people like all the time, like they're holding the phones and they're just staring at it. But I'm wondering, like, how was it before that? Like, if you don't have your phone, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So I prefer, if I go out with my friends, I rarely touch my phone.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I guess that's the second thing. And the third is some aspect about my culture that I can't think of any right now, because I don't think Libyans have changed like a lot in term of culture. Yeah, we still kind of the same, So I don't think that we will lose something in the near future.
Mhm. Is there anything like survival skills in desert?
Is th- is is there what?
You
No.
mean how to survive in a desert?
Yeah, how to survive there?
No, no, no.
Mhm.
Actually, 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 I'm living on the coast. Like most cities, okay, Libya is three parts. Like it's the east, the west, and the south.
Mm.
So the south is the cities where people from the African roots live there, you know. It's very hot over there and stuff. But the east and the west, we are accumulating on the coast. So we're not really very experts about desert life.
Oh yeah, I see. Because I thought just 5 million people and you're
Yes.
living in such a big country.
No, no, no. Honestly, the majority of the population are living on the coast.
Okay.
Yeah, only the few people like living in like distributed in the desert, and life there is so difficult.
Okay.
Okay, can I ask one personal question?
You
Um,
can ask whatever you want.
oh, thank you. I read that education in Libya it's compulsory and free. Why did you choose Malaysia to
Oh,
study?
okay. First, it's not compulsory.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's free.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but it's not compulsory. Secondly, education is not really good in my country,
Mm.
which is logical. You know, even before the war, like the system was very bad, and that's basically why the war started because we didn't like our leader because Libya has so much money and had so much capabilities
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and so much resources, but the government back then and the leader like didn't do anything, you know, like no tourism, no education, no medical system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so the education, even if it was for free, is really bad. Why I chose Malaysia
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't really choose Malaysia. I wanted just to leave the country to study abroad.
Yeah.
I was studying medicine back then, but I then quit,
Mm-hmm.
and I hated the education system in general in my country. So I decided to leave and go somewhere, and I went to a country called Jordan.
Mm.
Mm.
I stayed there for 2 years, and my brother he was in Malaysia, and then he visited me in Jordan. And when he came there, he told me like, "Why are you staying in Jordan? You know, like Malaysia is much better. Jordan is so expensive and
Mm-hmm.
so boring, and is not really different from that much from our country." So he advised me to go to Malaysia. So I asked my friends, and I had two choices, either Turkey or Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose Malaysia eventually.
And did you like it? Your choice?
Definitely, man. I guess it was the only right decision that I made in my life.
Wow, what a good brother.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good advice.
seriously.
Yeah, I agree. We've been in Malaysia 2 years ago. Yeah, it's such a nice place.
Yes, it's a perfect. I don't want to start talking about it because it's about Libya, not Malaysia, but but
Yeah.
but it's the perfect place to live in. You know, it's like a really nice place. Like I can't complain about anything in Malaysia except for how far it is. It's very far from my country.
Mm.
That's the only thing that I don't like about Malaysia. But other than that, I like everything about it there.
Okay. Kind of related, huh? What culture besides your own do you admire and why?
Okay, that's what culture? I would definitely answer without any hesitation. I would say Spanish.
Mm. Why Spanish?
Yes, because I would say Spanish and Italian. They're kind of similar, but I would like choose specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked them. I don't know why. I feel like first of all, I like the music, I like the language, I like the culture, and I like the people like the most, how they interact with each other and how nice and
Mm-hmm.
friendly and how they show love and kindness. When you think about Europeans, you would think about how they are cold
Yeah.
and everyone is minding their own business and they don't talk and they're not friendly. But Spanish are so different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly tried them. I hosted them in Malaysia. I hosted four, you know, four of them, and they were the best people I've ever met.
Wow. And
Really, and I really, really, really enjoyed my time, and they actually brought out the best in me. You know those kinds of people that make you do things that you don't expect that you will do.
yeah.
So that's how I like Spanish and Spanish people, I mean, and Spanish culture in general.
Wow. Yeah, that's good. And do you speak Spanish?
No, but my brother right now he's studying in Spain and he's learning Spanish, and I envy him so much.
Yeah, this is very beautiful language.
It is. I consider it the most beautiful language.
Wow, you really like Spain.
I do, really, I do.
All right. Um, let's say if a group of people just came to your hometown, Benghazi.
Hmm.
So, what would you recommend them to try or not to do? Eat something.
I would say food in general. I've always told my Malaysian friends,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you are maybe be better than us and everything, but not in food. You know, like really, I consider our food is so good. Like I can't name one thing because we have like a lot of dishes and stuff,
Yeah.
and we made like we eat a lot of rice and different kind of rice, different kind of pastas, and other couscous also. If you heard of couscous.
Yeah, we heard.
So yeah, we and so many other some Italian dishes, like we also make a lot of pizzas and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of, as I said, pastas and stuff, and some very Libyan dishes, you know. And I really like our food, so I will just take them around and make them try everything.
And can you explain what is couscous for some of our listeners? They might not know.
Couscous is like something that is similar to rice but very small. You know the rice piece.
Mm-hmm.
Couscous is like similar to it but very small.
Mm.
And you put like sauce with it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of vegetables, all kind of vegetables like carrots, onions, potatoes,
Mm-hmm.
eggplants, you know. And
Yeah.
of course, but it's made with in like in our own way, you know. So it will taste like something that you've never tried before. You can make it with meat or chicken. On the west side, they make it with fish. I don't like it with fish,
Mm-hmm.
but for me, I like it with meat mostly.
Ah, so there are many varieties. You can have it with meat or with vegetables.
Yes, you can. No, no, it's basically with meat and vegetables.
Ah,
It has to be like that. This is the standard.
I see.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
do you also like sweets, like sweet stuff?
I like. I do. Yeah, not like big fan of it, but in my country, it's a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why most people have diabetes and high blood pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and what about do not to do's?
uh, Things that you shouldn't do there.
Yeah.
It's as I told you, because my country situation at the moment is so complicated, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that if you go right now, you definitely you need to have a guide with you, and you need to stay with a local host.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That will save you a lot of time and energy, and your life will be much easier over there, and they will take you around and stuff, and you will be safe also.
Mm-hmm.
But in general, I don't think we're so much like the things that you shouldn't do. Mostly, it's about women. Like you
Mm-hmm.
don't like stare that much. You don't flirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like you don't reveal a lot of your skin, like, you know, you just need to like respect the you do what other people are doing anyway. Like if you're going to the beach, for example, if you were a woman, like you don't swim with a bikini,
Yeah.
and if you're a man, like you don't swim with speedo, for example. But in general, I don't think there's something I would say like you like don't do. You know, we don't really have a lot of taboos.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're going to someone's home, you have to be careful where you're going so you don't like go inside where women over there, because most women have to cover their like hair and stuff. That's I guess that's about it. Like nothing. Yeah, there's nothing extreme or something.
That's good to
See.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what is the best time to visit Libya?
definitely not now.
Yeah. What was season?
We have 4 seasons,
Oh,
and the winter can be very cold, and summer
Oh.
can be very hot. So I would recommend that you go maybe in at April and June. The weather would be nice. If you want to go to beaches, you can start going from June until September. But then the weather start like to get a bit cold. So in September, in middle of September until October, it will be perfect. And then
Yeah.
cold will start like from no end of October, November, December, January, and February. You know,
Yeah. And how cold is that?
do you have snow?
it's really cold. Like in some cities, it doesn't snow, of course, but sometimes it snows in the mountainous cities. You know. But in general, it depends on in which part of Libya are you in. So it's some cities can reach to zero, like you know the temperature to zero, or -3,
Yeah.
-5 sometimes.
What about Benghazi?
I would say Benghazi reach to at night maybe to 15 degree, 14
In winter.
in winter, yeah, and sometimes to 8 when it goes to the extreme.
About 0, right? About +8.
About yeah, +8, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Maybe if your country is so cold, you will not consider that
Yeah.
so cold, you know.
Because right now it's -2 here.
Yeah, in Tajikistan.
Yeah. I would understand, but for us, it's really cold.
All right. The last thing, how people can find you if they have any questions about Libya.
Well, I'm very active on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram. I have also Facebook. I'm very active on Instagram, yeah.
Baha, thank you very much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. I enjoyed it.
And
Yeah.
we also learned a lot of things, you know.
Yeah.
It was we couldn't read this kind of stuff on the internet, so it's good to hear this from the local.
Yes, I know. And as I told you, because of Libya's situation at the moment, it's always on the news, like in a negative way somehow, because we have a conflict. I hope one day soon this conflict will be over and I can invite you guys there and take you on a tour, you know?
Wow, that would be great.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much, Baha.
You're welcome. You're welcome.